2 Chronicles, chapter 30. And Hezekiah sends to all Israel and Judah, and he has also written letters to Ephraim and Manasseh, to cause them to come to the house of Yahweh in Jerusalem, to make a Passover to Yahweh, God of Israel. And the king takes counsel and his heads, and all the assembly in Jerusalem, to make the Passover in the 2nd month, for they have not been able to make it at that time, for the priests have not sanctified themselves sufficiently, and the people have not been gathered to Jerusalem. And the thing is right in the eyes of the king, and in the eyes of all the assembly, and they establish the thing, to cause an intimation to pass over into all Israel, from Beer-Sheba even to Dan, to come to make a Passover to Yahweh, God of Israel, in Jerusalem. For they had not done it, as it is written, for a long time. And the runners go with letters from the hand of the king and his heads into all Israel and Judah, even according to the command of the king, saying, O sons of Israel, turn back to Yahweh, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. And he turns back to the escaped part that is left of you from the hand of the kings of Asshur. And do not be like your fathers and like your brothers, who trespassed against Yahweh, God of their fathers, and he gives them to desolation, as you see. Now do not harden your neck like your fathers. Give a hand to Yahweh, and come into his sanctuary that he has sanctified for all time, and serve your God Yahweh. And the fierceness of his anger turns back from you. For in your turning back to Yahweh, your brothers and your sisters have mercies before their captors, even to return to this land. For your God Yahweh is gracious and merciful, and he does not turn aside the face from you, if you turn back to him. And the runners are passing over from city to city, and in the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, even to Zebulun. But they are laughing at them and mocking at them. Only certain from Asshur and Manasseh and from Zebulun have been humbled and come to Jerusalem. Also in Judah the hand of God has been to give one heart to them, to do the command of the king and of the heads in the matter of Yahweh. And many people are gathered to Jerusalem to make the celebration of unleavened things in the 2nd month, a mighty assembly for multitude. And they arise and turn aside the altars that are in Jerusalem, and they have turned aside all the incense altars, and cast them into the Brook of Kidron. And they slaughter the Passover-offering on the 14th of the 2nd month. And the priests, the Levites, have been ashamed, and sanctify themselves, and bring in burnt offerings to the house of Yahweh. And they stand on their station, according to their ordinance, according to the law of Moses the man of God. The priests are sprinkling the blood out of the hands of the Levites, for many are in the assembly who have not sanctified themselves. And they stand on their station according to their ordinance, according to the law of Moses the man of God. The priests are sprinkling the blood out of the hands of the Levites, for many are in the assembly who have not sanctified themselves. And the Levites are over the slaughtering of the Passover-offerings for everyone not clean, to sanctify him to Yahweh. For a multitude of the people, many from Ephraim and Manasseh, Issachar and Zebulun, have not been cleansed, but have eaten the Passover otherwise than it is written. But Hezekiah prayed for them, saying, Yahweh, who is good, receives atonement for everyone who has prepared his heart to seek God, Yahweh, God of his fathers, yet not according to the cleansing of the holy place. And Yahweh listens to Hezekiah and heals the people. And the sons of Israel, those found in Jerusalem, make the celebration of unleavened things for 7 days with great joy. And the Levites and the priests are giving praise to Yahweh day by day with instruments of praise before Yahweh. And Hezekiah speaks to the heart of all the Levites, those giving good understanding concerning Yahweh. And they eat the appointed thing for 7 days, sacrificing sacrifices of peace offerings, and making confession to Yahweh, God of their fathers. And all the assembly take counsel to keep it another 7 days, and they keep it for 7 days with joy. For Hezekiah, king of Judah, has presented 1,000 bullocks and 7,000 sheep to the assembly. And the heads have presented 1,000 bullocks and 10,000 sheep to the assembly. And priests sanctify themselves in abundance. And all the assembly of Judah rejoices, and the priests and the Levites and all the assembly, those coming in from Israel and the sojourners, those coming in from the land of Israel and those dwelling in Judah. And there is great joy in Jerusalem, for from the days of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, there is not like this in Jerusalem. And the priests, the Levites, rise and bless the people, and their voice is heard, and their prayer comes into his holy habitation in the heavens.